Namaste, angels. I'm going to do a client reading for a young lady who contacted me, or a woman, I believe. Doesn't matter. Whoever it was contacted me via email, inquiring about the reading. And here we are. Fast forward. We're doing it. They elected to just have whatever comes out, come out. So I don't know anything at all about this person. I would guess, based on some of what I saw shuffling, that there is a relationship involved. In fact, I saw a relationship card, in this deck, the card that says relationship. It's a blue angel. And that the people involved may be an air sign and a fire sign, and perhaps specifically Gemini and Sagittarius, but we'll see a little bit more as to how that plays out in a minute. I'm going to begin with the Tony Carmine Salerno Universal Love Oracle and Miracles. And opening to Healing Sounds. Shuffling a little bit, and then I'll lay my crossbread, Healing Sounds, and Reflection. So there's like a need to do some meditation that's coming through thus far. Maybe to reach a place where we can extend ourselves and then others some forgiveness. Healing Sounds. Perhaps with regard to love, or so that we can, forgiveness is love. Everything is love, really. Every time we show somebody else some sort of compassion, help them to achieve their freedom, support another being, another person, another entity. That's love, in my opinion, at least. Charity is love, like all these things. Love opposite healing sounds. It's possible that somebody needs to listen to some healing sounds, perhaps binaural tones or something, especially since we've saw a lot about meditation too, specifically related to the heart chakra and or love, and or releasing like regret and resentment so that we can extend forgiveness. Answered prayer. The answered prayer card sometimes says Aquarius to me, as it relates to air signs, because the star is also like an answered prayer, wishes granted, yes card. And that represents the sign of Aquarius or other air signs. I've come to the gateway. And we're going to get your overall energy now. And the overall energy is golden memories. Although apparently I had slipped into or slipped out of one consciousness into another, and already shuffled to the gateway, which is interesting because right now we're experiencing a lot of energy of the gateway, the Lion's Gate, and we will through the 12th of this month. Golden memories, however, your new overall energy is about the need to do what I was suggesting might be necessary before. Letting go of resentment, regret, fear, ego, all of these things that are inhibitors that hold us back, that are from the past, or that latched onto us as we experienced, past experiences. We got to let go, leave all of that behind, and only take like the lessons and the positive stuff with us. That's what the golden memory card is about. Okay. The feminine with regard to herself right now, sacred union. Boom. I love when it's right out of the gate. So she's feeling very sacred wifey. She's in this, as they say on, what's that? Insecure. I'm in this. Yeah, she's present. The masculine with relation to her, transmutation. So he's in the process of a healing. And maybe he is who needs the forgiveness, who is seeking the forgiveness. Because you see, he's trying to approach the light. And he sees her as trying to approach the light. So he may be feeling that she too is in a place of healing. And in that sense, they're on the same page. Let's see what card he's chosen for himself. Creativity. This is another card that says Aquarius to me, by the way, as well as Pisces. But it's also about coming up with new ways to express oneself, and sometimes learning oneself, learning new things about themselves. Like, I can do this and I can do that. I'm capable. Whereas before, I didn't believe myself capable. You know, I didn't have any confidence. I lacked it. This is somebody coming into their own when we see this card. And with regard to the union, healing sound. So the whole union, as I was saying here, with the masculine, at least in the as where the masculine is concerned, and as far as the masculine is concerned, the two of you are healing, as is the union as a whole. And what will help it is meditation, and perhaps specifically healing sounds. My preference with healing sounds is, well, if it's not going to be just plain old music of whatever genre one prefers, again, binaural tones. And they have some for whatever, ails you, as they say. Whatever it is you're looking to do, you're looking to heal, there's a binaural tone for it. Just Google that. Overall, divine guidance. Being aware that this is available to you, without cease. It is infinite. Also, there's guidance illustrated within the picture by the moon to surrender, because that's what the moon represents. Feminine energy. And not just feminine energy, but, to take it a step further, specifically feminine energy of surrender. That's what the moon is about. These two cards also maybe dual meaning, showing up because of the Aquarius moon, because this card also has a moon in it here behind this like heart-shaped winged angel, and she has a star on her forehead, over her third eye. That's what makes me think about Aquarius. It's one of the things. The other thing is that she's standing in this pool of water and holding a vessel, Aquarius, the water bearer. So again, somebody may be an air sign, and another may be a fire sign. But these two cards, again, dual meaning, could also be showing up here because of the Aquarius full moon. What would the masculine have the feminine to do or surrender toward the union and bringing this all together? Dreams. He's attempting, maybe that's one of the creative ways he's come up with expressing himself, attempting to reach you in dreams in the 5D. So you've got to be more receptive to that. Healing sounds may help you to heal in that area. They have healing sounds for lucid dreams, if that's specifically what you're looking to do. They have healing sounds to clear any blocks that may be preventing you from otherwise, having lucid dreams on your own without healing sounds. What is the masculine willing to do or surrender himself toward the union? Work on his inner child. Maybe he's the one that's an air sign too, by the way, because more of this Aquarius coming through, and this throat chakra. And the throat chakra is blue, and blue is air sign to me too. It's at least like, a darker blue. That's why I got my nails blue right now. She's got the star in her crown, the star over her third eye, and the star over her throat. Like she has something to say, but she cannot formulate the words yet. And so that's part of what the healing is about. The outcome. Wow, the outcome is sorrow. We'll have to get to this. Why is that? And what would the universe have the two of you to do and or surrender toward the union? Okay, I know what the sorrow is now. And this, I totally picked up these cards out of order, I want you to know. But there's a reason for everything. You know, so the guidance to do that was so that I would see this afterwards and instantly know what the sorrow was about. The two of you, part of what's, let's see. Basically, you guys got to get to a point of seeking, offering, giving, like extending one another the olive branch. It's like two people, and this makes sense of why it's crossing the creativity and coming up with creative ways to express oneself. And then this also, again, crossing with this throat. Like I can't speak, so I got to say it some other way. But the two of you have to get to a place where you can speak. Even if it's not like verbal, you know, you got to find a language. Use the language of love, the language of forgiveness, the language of compassion. That's what you guys are going to have to do. But on the very positive side, although it always hurts me to see Mary here sad, she's been here actually my past several readings, and they've all been really positive and uplifting, and I'm sure yours is going to be too, because what I was going to say is that it's so awesome. We have sacred union and soulmate here together on the table simultaneously, with this one being granted to us by the universe. So, universe wanting you guys to basically surrender to this. So not a mistake that it sits here next to this divine guidance card, where I myself was divinely guided to speak about the moon specifically. This one also has a moon in it here too. So your divine guidance is to surrender to one another, to this experience. But in order to get there, you're going to have to, again, exercise the compassion, love, forgiveness, let go of the regret, resentment, fear, ego, all the things that are holding you back. Only take with you from your past experiences of hurt, whether they involve one another or they were from other people or even childhood, or a combination of those. Let all of it go and only take with you the golden memories. Okay. With that, I'm going to go on to the Angel Tarot, beginning with High Priestess, which can be a Gemini. Speaking of air signs, could also be a water sign. I didn't see any water cards yet, at least while I was shuffling. So I don't think it's there's a water sign involved necessarily. If so, maybe a cusper, or, you know, not a dominant sign. Thus, from what's come through thus far. In any case, the High Priestess guides us to pay close attention to our intuition. She also can show up, and I don't always say this. In fact, I typically don't say this, but she also can show up when there's an issue of body dysmorphia. So somebody may have that, because I was just divinely guided again to mention that. Like, you know, just looking in the mirror and not seeing yourself in the same loving and welcoming way that others see you, and sometimes not even realizing that this is how others perceive us. And when we do learn that, not believing them, like not understanding it, like why do I look like a queen? Why would you think, how do you see a queen? How do you see a king? Like through what? That's what this may mean for one or both of you as well. And aside from that, it's about getting to a place where you're clear in your own mind and heart as to what you want. And maybe heart first. Because All right, like the Empress, for example, that's the other divine feminine in the tarot, in the major arcana. She is major arcana card number 3. So right after the High Priestess. She's more about material things, or the material, the earthly. She represents, or for me, the Empress represents the planet Venus. And Venus as a Libra, so seeking justice for people, fairness, diplomacy, equity, equality, all of these things, which also equal love, in my opinion. And Taurus, which is, you know, finances, earthly matters, material things. While the High Priestess comes across to me, I guess, as who she is, the goddess Isis. Spiritual, nurturing, maternal, you know, loving in a different way than perhaps as I perceive Venus, although, you know, we could certainly argue and debate, and I would not argue that they are, you know, one and the same, just of 2 different vibrations. In any case, spent enough time on that. Opening to the Ace of Air. Brilliant new ideas and inspirations, seeing the truth of a situation and a challenging beginning. Ace of Air is, in fact, a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. Ace of Air. And opening to the 10 of Air, the end of a difficult situation. Embrace the change and expect things to get better now. Somebody may be recovering from an addiction. And the addiction is going to be any person, place, or thing upon which we found ourselves codependent, or combination of those. Opening to the Page of Earth. I did see some Earth before too. Somebody may be, again, a cusper, like Virgo, Libra, for example. Or maybe Taurus, Gemini. The Page of Earth, scholarly, dependable, patient, successful, or I just thought about it, Capricorn, Aquarius. That could very well be too. Anyway, Page of Earth, scholarly, dependable, patient, and successful. Good news about financial matters, wanting to do something more challenging, and a new area of study. These can also be moon or rising signs, or just somebody taking on the traits or attributes of these signs. 10 of Air, and opening to the 5 of Water. Things not turning out the way you'd hoped. Not seeing the positive in a situation. Crying over spilled milk. Ten of Air. I'm going to cut. Boom. All that justice and Venus and Libra. I felt like I was going on, and I was. But again, there's always a reason. When I never say anything for no reason, even if I don't know in the moment why I'm saying it, it's never for no reason. We always find out during the reading what that was about. So justice is important here. First of all, it's an 8 too. So this energy of the Lion's Gate perhaps coming through yet again. But justice represents the sign of Libra, or other air sign, Aquarius, Gemini. Fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right. Stand up for your beliefs. And the overall energy is the Emperor with Archangel Michael. Organization and logic. Structure and discipline. Leadership. So the Emperor, like I was saying about the Empress before, for me is more about the material. This can also represent a father figure. So where I was saying that the Empress, can come through as nurturing, as can the High Priestess, because they represent that mother. The Emperor similarly can come through as a father figure, but also this energy can sometimes be like, feel very overwhelming and like aggressive and maybe oppressive and like manipulative, all of these things. So I'm not sure yet what yours is going to be, but again, I'm finding the need to say these things. So maybe some of this will come up, or it likely will. The Emperor is an Aries or other fire sign, typically. Leo, Sagittarius. Also comes through sometimes for me attached to Scorpio, because it comes through as the planet Mars, which rules not only Aries, but Scorpio as well. Masculine, it's awakening with Archangel Gabriel. Look at things from a different perspective. A temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. This card calls for us to be totally authentic and stepping back and looking at the bigger picture. It represents the sign of Pisces for me, or other water sign. Again, perhaps maybe Scorpio or Cancer. And as a 12 is a 3 and can have something to do with a third energy being involved in your situation. Perhaps a third person, not necessarily a love triangle, but that's a possibility too. Surrounded by the 7 of Earth, seeds well planted, a temporary pause in action. So we have 2 cards here that are saying that we're at a standstill. Okay, this one suggests we're at a standstill, so we have an opportunity while we're at that standstill. Don't just let it go by or waste this time, where we're paused. Look at the big picture. This one says, okay, we're paused in a sense because we've already done the work, so now we wait for the benefits. We've already sown the seeds, or planted the seeds rather, so now we wait to sow them. Masculine subconscious. The 9 of Air, expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies and sleepless nights. There was an indication during the general reading, I think it was, for the collective, that the masculine needed some rest as well. Or one of the 3 readings I did this weekend. The feminine, the Knight of Earth, loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind is the Knight of Earth. It's time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments. You have a guardian angel. The Knight of Earth is a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. Surrounded by the Ace of Water, falling in love, or the resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth, and enhanced intuition, maybe even a new home. Ace of Water, about a new beginning, perhaps for the feminine, like the Awakening card, a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. The Knight of Earth, a Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, okay? And again, people can be these signs, sun, moon, or rising, that are involved, and likely are, or they come off, as these signs will say. In the feminine subconscious, it's the 7 of Air, plans that need revision, more going on than meets the eye, and poor timing. Air cards where they belong, in the mind. I wish there were more positive ones, but at least they're in this placement and not like you're actively dealing with this energy necessarily, other than in your own head. Crowning, the Queen of Water, a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces, or somebody taking on those traits or attributes. She is tenderhearted, empathetic, patient, and loving. Relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition, like the High Priestess with which we started. Care for yourself and others. So being nurturing, also like the High Priestess with which we started. At the root, the Knight of Air, intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless is the Knight of Air. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options so you can come up with creative solutions. The Knight of Air is a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. And it joins this other air energy here at the bottom. At the heart of the matter, the 6 of Water. Memories from your history or childhood. Issues regarding children. Romanticizing the past. There may actually be issues regarding children at the heart of this matter, with the 6 of Water crossing this Awakening card, which again is a 3, can represent a third energy. And sitting here next to the Ace of Water. The Ace of Water often represents a child, sometimes specifically a baby. This can also be the birth of something new. Let's see what the romance angels would add to this to give us a little clarity. Beginning with worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. And opening to soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate, just like the universe told us in the other spread. Worth waiting for. And attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Attraction. Flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Attraction. And one more. It's safe for you to love. So you can leave, again, the negativity behind and move forward with the golden memories. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Attraction. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. The overall energy is love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. The Queen of Water crossing the Ace of Water can also be reconciliation. The Six of Water can represent soulmates. This can be reconciliation of your soulmate connection that the cards continue to point out to us. Resurgence, like getting back together. When the Six of Water shows up, it can often mean that somebody from your past is returning too. So again, sitting here next to the Ace of Water, which is about a new beginning in love and can be about reconciliation. And underneath the Queen of Water, which is about a relationship like elevating, ascending to a higher level of commitment and love. Yeah. Let's see if there's a reconciliation card here too. Maybe. Here, atop awakening. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So the romance angels guiding the masculine to use this opportunity to take a step back, look at the big picture, think about this divine feminine. You don't have to sit up all night biting your nails doing it. But, you know, when you have a relaxing pause moment, seek some clarity. Think, look at the whole thing. How do I feel? And be truthful with yourself. Be completely authentic. That's what the masculine's guided to do. He does that. He may realize this could be the one. That I've already met the romantic partner I seek. Here, atop the Seven of Earth. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So we've been patient. We've been waiting. We had to wait for him to come to this realization and epiphany. And then when he comes to it, express your love. Just like in the other spread, the masculine seeking creative ways to express himself. Here, atop, boom. Okay, I got right to it. But I just say a few minutes ago, reconciliation. The card is probably going to show up. Yep, here it is. It's atop the Nine of Air. The masculine wanting to reconcile so desperately, but not knowing how to go about it. Maybe because he feels he needs that forgiveness. He's hurt you. He doesn't deserve it necessarily. He doesn't warrant it. You might not even be speaking to him. You know, he didn't treat you like you were the one before. He didn't even know. So now he himself is coming to the realization, okay, now what do I do? So that's why he's up at night biting his nails. He can't sleep. Thinking about this. Someone from your past is returning to your life. And sure enough, it crosses this Six of Water, which again, I said can often be about somebody from your past returning to your life. There you go. Here, atop the Knight of Earth, free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Atop the Ace of Water, forgiving and loving. Yeah, well, that too. That's not what the card says, though. The card says forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. That will give, help you to make way for your new beginning, as will releasing yourself from, these past earthly matters too. You're like married to them. You got to cut that out. Cut them out. Here atop the Seven of Air, which is a card about, as it relates to love, distrust, lack of confidence in oneself, all things I've mentioned before, I think, in this reading. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Here, I was saying being married to the earthly, the Knight of Earth, being married to earthly matters, money, material, perhaps an actual earth sign involved, but not necessarily. Although court cards can have a tendency to represent actual people. Here, atop the Queen of Water, release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. And this sits here between the two of you, literally between the two of you is an ex. It can be on this side, can be on this side, can be on both. Maybe that's why, the indication of codependency showed up before with the 10 of Air, because you've both been codependent upon, some other person. There's cords that have to be cut. That may be why the Ace of Air came through as well. Ace of Air very, famously cuts cords for us. Here at the root, atop the Knight of Air, let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. So, the Ace of Air, yes, would be like the big daddy of cutting cords, but the Knight of Air is not too shabby either, and he also can do them. We have to cut our own cords here, like to ego and other negative emotions that are trying to, or that are moving us to sort of try to manipulate the situation and maybe one another. Here at the heart of the matter, atop the Six of Water, true love, this soulmate relationship. This is the romance of a lifetime. Boom. You will reconcile, but you have to work on freeing yourself, breaking away from this which is holding you back, which may be an actual ex. Now, for the masculine, it's possible for you too, but for the masculine more specifically, doesn't have to be an EX, or it can be an EX, but also a capital X, as in the capital X. What the X represents for me is like one's true, authentic self, which again is represented by this hangman, Major Arcana card number 12. One's true, authentic self needing to be unleashed upon the world. Him needing to not only express his love, but express himself, period. This could be taking us back also to that inner child with the star over her throat, like pointing to her throat that the words would not come out. He might need to release himself upon the world and upon his, more local world, his surroundings, his environment, people that are trying to manipulate him, and, say, this is what I want. This is what I've chosen. And like put his foot down. And that doesn't mean, again, that there's no EX involved too, with whom cords need to be cut. But I think the masculine definitely has a capital X that needs to be released as well. From the Tony Carmine Salerno Universal Love Oracle to the masculine, message from afar. He's guided not only to continue to send you the messages that he's been attempting to in the dreams and everything, but to also pay close attention to what he's receiving from the universe, his own intuition. To you, universal heart, Jesus the Christ. This is the healer of the ages, the forgiver of the ages too, of all time, right? He forgives us all when we seek it. Or at least it's said, whether you want to believe it or not. There are tons of people who believe we seek forgiveness from him. He has extended it to people. and completely healed them in doing so. So you're guided to be, to follow the divine guidance that came through before of this particular ascended master, Jesus the Christ. From the angels to the masculine, King of Fire. He's motivational, idealistic, ambitious, and charismatic. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision and be a leader. Take advice from someone creative. So again, he's guided to communicate and to, come out as this like driving force, releasing his capital X. King of Fire, also the quintessential divine masculine of the tarot, in addition to being a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, like our overall energy, the Emperor. You, from the angels, the Page of Fire, who is outgoing, creative, confident, mischievous, and shows up to let us know that an opportunity is coming our way. News of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity. The Page of Fire is a Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. The opportunity can be to get back, together, to the extent that you were together, or that you will get back together, but coming together, forgiving and learning necessary in order to help this to work. Being able to express oneself, whether you do it, verbally or some other way. I would just use the language of love. My divine masculine and I, often spoke, from the beginning to one another without using one word. So there's ways that we can do this. From the just like the Ace of Water that you have sitting here underneath this forgiving and learning, the masculine has a new love card of his own, showing that this love will be renewed. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. From the romance angels to the masculine. And to you, flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Again, drop those heavy bags. Leave them behind. I hope that you find your reading helpful and that you enjoy it, dear. Namaste, Angel.